Hey guys, going to do a quick how-to video on how to install a Lowrance fish finder in your console. And then I'm just replacing a flush mount here. We're replacing the old Mark V Pro there with the Elite 5, which are the exact same size, so it's really easy to replace as far as that goes. There are no videos on how to do this on the internet, so I just figured I'd do a quick one. I've already got all the hard work done. I'm just going to go through the process of what I did to get it done. So first off, on the console here, you see those 4 screw holes there, right here. Basically, this fish finder, you'll see there, and there, is mounted with little screws, and I'll show you here. There's these little screws that are mounted in this, and they're screwed in there, and then they're held on with these butterfly nuts. So you'll have to get back behind here, and let me see if I can get a light, and you'll have to get a light. You'll have to get a light and get up in there, and realistically, you're gonna have to go through the bottom here. Let me see if I can get down here and show you. Okay, realistically, you're gonna have to get down here in the bottom and just reach your hand up in there and get them, and you'll be able to feel them and just unscrew them. You don't really need to see them, but they'll come right off. So next up, once you get your things undone, you'll come and pull off the mount, and there will be a little plastic square O-ring that goes around it here that you'll pull it off. You're gonna wanna keep that for your next one. These little nuts will probably still be in there. I just took a pair of needle nose pliers, put it around the middle where you're not going to be using the threads, and they're just going to be going through here, and just unscrew them out with that. So, and if you still have the factory one, you'll know you have this hull through transducer, so it's all one. It's power and the transducer all in one. So first thing I did was unhook the power. And in the nitros, you'll see back here, see if I can get that in there. You'll see, I don't know if you can see that very well, but that is, that back there where the screws are, those are your fuses. That's your fuse box. So it has this cover on it here, and it'll show you your 12 volt, your aerator, your horn, bilge, all that. You're going to want to hook up to one of the 5 volts for the, and you can see them. You're probably not going to be able to see them on this video, but see right there, the orange one says it's 5 volts. So, and if you want, the best thing to do is go ahead and do this first and connect where your ground and power already were. Just connect them to the same place. Like I said, you can connect one to the 5 volts and it'll work just the same to any of the 5 volts. And then the grounds are over to the right. You can ground them there. This is the hardest part, is getting a screwdriver in there and unscrewing those and screwing them back in. But you're going to want to make sure you have those, the Lowrances, generally they come with just wires like this where there's no cap on them. You will need to put the cap on them with the little circle that you can screw through. I don't know what they're called, but basically what you do is you stick this little part in there into the little metal part, you crimp it down, and then there's a little circle that goes around it with a hole in the middle of it for a screw. And what you do is you go back in here and you you just screw that down in there, and that's what powers it, and the fuses there will make sure, you know, nothing blows out. They do come with this here, the Lowrance units, fuse box, but you don't need that because that's what that is there. So before you get into that fuse box, this little cap is over it here. So you're gonna have to get back under there with this, and you'll see this. It's hard to see, but once you get in there, you know what to look for. You'll see it. You'll just push this little yellow thing in, and it pops it off. Do not try and pry this thing off. That's not how it comes off. This yellow thing, you push it down, and it pops it off. So once you get all those hooked up, you're good with your power. Your power will just come out here and to your actual unit. I've already got it hooked up, and then you'll have to go back in, and you're going to need some zip ties, so you'll zip tie that back up before you flush mount it back on. Okay, now next, and to me was actually not near as hard as getting those screws out of there from for the power and the grounding, is running your transducer cable. So let me try and do this. So you'll see down here, let me see if I can get a good shot. Right here is where the cabling runs through the boat. Now this little black thing here, let's see if I can get this here. There's a little black plastic mold around it. I don't know if you can see that there, but you're gonna have to unscrew that. There's no way that little power or that little transducer module is gonna fit through there. Not the module, but the actual blue end. So you have to unscrew that. There are 2 screws on the left and right there. You'll unscrew those and you'll have to pull it out. And it is cut through the middle already, which was great for me because I didn't want to do any cutting there. And you'll have to maneuver it out and around all those hoses, but you're going to want to be careful not to ruin anything or hurt anything there. So once you get that out and about, what I did, and here on the boat, from about here to really just the back of your seat is the only part that you actually have to run through. Everything in the back here is wide open. You can get under there. It's not a big deal. So what I did was I got 2 wire hangers, unraveled them straight, and then I connected them together there with some electric tape. And the reason I did that is because I didn't want those ends getting hung on anything if you just, you know, crimp them together. So I did that, and then on the ends here, I also did the electric tape, so again, you're not getting hung on anything. So what you're going to do is you're just going to take that wire and then run it right back through your little hole here and all the way back to the back of the boat. And 2 should be plenty enough. If you have a Z9, you might want to do 3. This is a new Z6, so it's a little bit shorter. So we're probably not going to be able to get a great shot back here, but this hole back in here, you see how that's open back there? When you push that through, that wire is going to come out there. It's a tough part to get to that. If you need to, get another hanger and we'll leave the curled end curled and just grab it and pull it through here. And then leave that there for now. So next, back here, we have our little, all the wiring for your gas and your motor here. You're going to have to run that blue transducer through this little hole. There's usually a, one of the black, I lost what they are now. One of the black tie cables here. You're going to have to cut that to give you some room in this little plastic thing. And this was kind of tough too. You probably got to move your gas cables around a little bit and push that through, but it's pretty simple to do. And it just comes out right on the other side here. So you can reach around in here and pull that out through there. So once you get that in and pull through, you're going to want to hang on to it and leave it right there. Next, what I did was I took that electric tape to the end of that wire hanger and electric taped the end of the transducer that plugs into your unit to that, so that it's not coming off. If you tried to wire it around there, it's liable to slip off. So you just tape it really tight through there, and then you'll come back up to your console and just start pulling it through. It comes through pretty easy. Like I said, this just from here to here is the only section it actually has to run through a short part of the boat. And then you just pull it through. It's a little tough to get up in here through where, sorry, I know I'm not good at this. Up in here where the plastic thing is, and pull it through. You're going to have to make that plastic thing is going to have to be out of the way, otherwise it won't fit. And then you'll open that plastic part up where it's cut and put this cable back through, and then just run it up through your thing and you're good to go. It's basically just cleanup after that. You'll just screw your new unit back in if it's flush mount. If it's not, you may want to run your cabling through here. You can put holes through your boat there. I don't like to put holes in the boat if I don't have to. So, but that's basically it. And then mounting your actual transducer. That's really really up to you where you're going to place it on the Nitro. I haven't figured out where I'm going to put mine just yet, but yeah, that's all you have to do is mount the transducer and you're good to go. Anyways, like I said, I hadn't seen any videos of it done before, so I figured I'd just make a quick one there just for a little tutorial. All right, thanks a lot, guys.